Hello, and welcome to the Pickled Disney podcast. This is Disney from a Distance. My name is Chris Vlasic, aka Mr. Pickle, and I'm going to be your host. You can find me on Instagram under at Mr. Pickle, MRPKLE, and on X, I am at Legendary Pickle. Just a bit about myself before we dive into the latest Disney news. I am married to my wife of almost 13 years and am the father of a lovely little girl who is 2 years old now. I live in North Carolina, so my family and I make it to Disney as often as we can. I'm a part-time travel agent through Enchanted Escapes Travel. I've been to Walt Disney World probably about 50 times. I grew up in a Disney household like most kids my age did, and converted my wife, who was never a huge Disney fan like I am. If you're interested in a no obligations quote for travel to any of the Disney parks, please reach out to me at pickledoesdisney@gmail.com. That's PICKLE doesdisney@gmail.com. And I would be happy to assist you as a travel agent in any way I can. Now for some Disney news from a distance. Our first story is going to be about some new headbands. We all love those lovely Mickey ears and Minnie ears, and the newest option for Disneyland goers is going to be customizable headbands. These have been huge in the Hong Kong Disneyland Resort, and it's now making its way to the West Coast. You can choose a headband with two or more cute little plush characters to go on top. Characters include selections from Pixar, such as Buzz Lightyear and the Little Green Aliens, as well as Mickey, Minnie, and all their pals. These will be available at Mad Hatter on Main Street in Disneyland Park, at Bing Bong Sweet Stuff on Pixar Pier at DCA. The launch does coincide with Pixar Fest starting on April 26th and going on through August the 4th. It looks like a great way to show off your favorite characters and is a bit more custom than your run-of-the-mill Mickey or Minnie ears. I can't wait to see how everybody customizes their own headbands. It should be great. I know I would love to rock some of those Pixar headbands myself. Maybe a bunch of those little green men would fit me pretty well. Up next, with May the 4th approaching quickly, Walt Disney World Resort is starting to show off some of the food options it will be releasing for the Star Wars Day event. This does include a few different options, starting off at Docking Bay 7, Food and Cargo in Galaxy's Edge. You can get yourself a Mossberry biscuit. The biscuit is topped with ube and matcha icing, ube micro sponge cake, sprinkles, and dehydrated blueberries. It sounds like it should be pretty good and looks like a delicious way to start your day over at Docking Bay 7. From there, you can go to the milk stand, also in Galaxy's Edge, and get that polystarch puff bread. This does kind of resemble the puff bread that Ray had in the very first sequel, Episode 7. This is croissants, and they are topped with blue and green milk cracklings, served with yuzu passion fruit coconut dipping sauce. And like I said, it does look quite delicious, a whole lot better than what Ray was eating. You can also go to the Anaheim Produce on Grand Avenue Market and the Churro Cart and get those lightsaber churros. I know everybody loves a good churro, and these have become a mainstay with Disney for May the 4th. It does include a dark side lightsaber churro and a light side lightsaber churro. Pardon me there, and does come with chocolate dipping sauce. If you make your way over to Disney Springs and go to Emirates Patisserie, you can get a Stormtrooper Petite Cake. It does have layers of chocolate chiffon, a vanilla bean mousse, and dark chocolate ganache with cherries. This is new for May the 4th and does look delicious. And what a better way to show your support for the Rebels than by taking out a Stormtrooper, right? And for those of you who collect popcorn buckets, a South salvage stormtrooper's helmet bucket will be available with a limit of 2 per person, and it does look pretty awesome. I know I love a good popcorn bucket, and these do look amazing. And moving on from there, Disney has continued with its installation of the adventure in Storybook Circus of Smellephants on Parade. This is sponsored by Cincy. The installation is well underway in Storybook Circus area Magic Kingdom, so keep an eye out for those installations. For those of you unaware of what this is, the adventure allows you to be hired by Timothy Q. Mouse to be his whiff assistant for the day. You hunt down 8 circus smell-themed elephants to be the newest Dumbo Circus attraction. So far, a total of 3 of these have been installed, with 5 more to follow. They do look rather interesting. One of them does look like it's going to be a caramel corn or a popcorn, and maybe cotton candy is one of the other ones. I can't quite place the third one, but it does look interesting. And if you know Cincy, like I know Cincy, the smells will be quite distinct, and I'm looking forward to seeing what smells will be wafting about in Storybook Circus. Hopefully they'll all blend together rather nicely and add a whole new layer to that area of the park. Here's hoping, right? All right, that is my latest news for the day. And from there, I just have a quick little list for you, and hopefully this will let you get to know me a little bit better. What I am doing now is my 5 absolute must-dos at Magic Kingdom. And I know these are different for everybody, and this is just kind of what my wife and I have done for the past few years. Now, this is me personally. My wife's is probably a little bit different because she doesn't really enjoy those wild rides like I do. I enjoy a roller coaster and water rides every now and again, just like I know most of you out there do. But it does not just include rides. It does include some different events as well as some food options in the Magic Kingdom. My number one, and this is something I have to do at the beginning of every single Magic Kingdom trip, is I've got to go and get some Starbucks. I know Main Street Bakery, not a lot of people enjoyed when they changed it over to a Starbucks, but let me tell you, it is the way I need to get my day started. I always go in, I get normally whatever is seasonal. If they don't have a seasonal drink going on, just a good old iced caramel latte to get me going in the morning. Can't really do the hot beverages in Florida. Most of you know it gets far too hot, even in the early spring and in the wintertime. Now, granted, I'm not a Floridian, so, 65 degrees is pretty warm for me, especially here in North Carolina. Granted, we do have some warm summers, but let me tell you, I don't know that I could deal with it being higher than 70, 80 degrees year round. And I know Florida holds some heat. Another one that I do, and number 2 on my list every single time, is I've got to go down Main Street, and I always take a left straight into Adventureland, and I've got to hit up Jungle Cruise. Now, this is a whole new layer of hilarious for me as a fairly new dad, but the jokes that they spill at Jungle Cruise, man, just hit different. Always hilarious. I don't think I've ever really had a bad skipper, but let me tell you, some of those skippers, that they just know what they're doing. They are absolutely hilarious, and the jokes never get old for me. My wife loves it. She's a big corny joke fan, and so is something we've got to do, and I can't wait for the moment that my young daughter really starts to enjoy the jokes. But as of right now, she loves the boat ride. She loves being able to see all the animatronic animals. She is a huge animal fan, and so I can't wait until she gets that full experience there. But until then, she gets to enjoy a nice boat ride as well as gets to see all of the animatronic animals. It's just a great all-around family option for us. Number 3 on my list continues right on around through Adventureland. And I know most people are wondering, oh, is he going to say Pirates of the Caribbean? And yes, I did say Caribbean because that is what I say. Hit me up in the comments if you say anything different, but Caribbean is where I'm at. But no, actually, we're going to go and continue right on into Adventureland. Not Adventureland, my apologies. Into the Fort Wilderness, the wilderness area back over there, I used to love Splash Mountain, and I it might end up being on this list again once Tiana's Bayou Adventure is complete. But as of right now, it's been a good long time since I've ridden that ride, and so I'm going to move right along to the wildest ride in the wilderness, and that is Big Thunder Mountain. I've got to ride it every single time we're there. It's pretty much the only roller coaster I can convince my wife to get on, which is crazy because it is not the easiest coaster to ride, but she will ride it with me. Right now, she kind of has an excuse because our youngest is not old enough to ride roller coasters yet. So she kind of steps back and lets me ride this one solo, or if we're there with people in the parks, I'll ride with one of them. The last ride I took was with her little sister, and it was her first roller coaster. And man, it was a blast. Just enjoy this coaster. It's not too crazy, but it gets the adrenaline going, and I love it. Taking that next step to number 4 in the Magic Kingdom is taking the time to slow down a little bit, find a nice spot, sit back, and watch the parade. And man, I was so happy when this parade came back this past year in 2023. We took my daughter at the ripe age of 1 to Walt Disney World for her first time, and I love to watch the parade, but getting to see her watch the parade for the first time and just be in awe of the characters and the huge floats, and to see a fire-breathing dragon roll down the street, and watching her eyes light up in amazement. Man, it's just amazing. Parades aren't something that you get to see all the time, and when this came back, I was so excited to get to show my daughter this and to get to watch it myself. It's just an amazing time, and I absolutely cannot wait to go and see it again. I now that she's 2, and when we go next, she'll be very, very close to 3 years old. So excited to get to see her watch this again. It's just going to be amazing now that she has her own opinions and her own little voice. I can't wait to hear what she has to say about Festival of Fantasy. It's just going to be an amazing time, and I am so excited. Number 5 on my list, and I know there are a lot of different options left. I know I do have some honorable mentions that I would love to throw in there. Generally, there are a few that I do that I try to hit every time, but aren't absolutely necessary for me to do every time I go to Magic Kingdom. Barnstormer is a lot of fun. We always try and meet Mickey when we're at Walt Disney World and Magic Kingdom. catching shows, watching fireworks. Those are all great things, but not something I have to do. It's not going to make or break my vacation while I'm there. Not riding the People Mover while I'm at Walt Disney World would destroy my vacation. There's just something about getting to take that ride around Tomorrowland, taking a couple seconds to take everything in, catch some views of the castle. When we were there last, they were just starting to let people get on Tron. I have yet to ride it, and I'm so excited to be able to do so at the end of the year this year. I have to. And this started out for me as a little kid. We used to go, every other year for our Walt Disney World vacation. And we would generally take our grandparents. And this is something that my grandpop, my grandfather on my mother's side, just had to do. He would always take a ride, kick up his feet for a couple of minutes, and enjoy a nice breeze. It was one of his favorite things to do, and it is still one of my absolute must-dos when I go to Magic Kingdom. Now, I do have a bonus, a number 6, because I couldn't do just 5. This is something that I have to do every Walt Disney World vacation. Every time I go to the Magic Kingdom, I have to ride Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion is my probably favorite Disney ride. I do, love these other ones, and mostly because I get to enjoy those with my family. I don't think my daughter's quite ready for Haunted Mansion yet. My wife does enjoy riding Haunted Mansion with me, but I just have to. I'm attached to that ride, probably more than I should be, and let me tell you, I cannot wait to get to ride it and see the Hatbox Ghost. I know that the positioning they put the Hatbox Ghost in Walt Disney World is a little weird, but I cannot wait to see it in there. Just something about that effect is crazy to me, and I cannot wait to see it. All right, so this is going to be it for my brand new Disney podcast, Pickled Disney, Disney from a Distance. If you do have any questions for me, or if you have any comments about what you'd like to hear in the future, or if you want to let me know what your 5 must-dos at Magic Kingdom are, feel free to leave me a comment. You can also send any requests for a Disney vacation quote, or if you have any comments or questions for me, to pickledoesdisney@gmail.com. That is pickle.disney@gmail.com. And with that being said, I'll see you real soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.